Welcome in the hands-on application development with Spring Boot 2.0. My name is Tomasz Relek and I am a software engineer programming mostly in Java and Scala, and I am a fan of microservices architecture and functional programming. I was working with Spring Boot microservices on production from 5 past years. So let's see what we will learn throughout this course. In the first section, we'll be looking at the Spring dependency injection with Spring Boot. So we'll be looking at the most important part of the Spring ecosystem. Second section will be about RESTful services and Servlets API that is used together with Spring Boot to give the HTTP endpoint for our resources. First section will be about accessing data layer with Spring Data. So we will save our data for later using repository and Spring Data. Fourth section will be about creating web interface with Spring Boot and Spring MVC. So we'll be creating Model View Controller Approach UI. Fifth section will be about securing your application, and we will be using Spring Security for that purpose. Last section will be about monitoring and maintaining Spring Boot production application. So we'll add metrics using Micrometer library, we'll expose them via Prometheus library, and we will be looking at them via Grafana. We will deploy our application to Heroku and build it using Docker. So there are a couple of prerequisites of this course. You need to have an understanding of Java and HTTP protocol. You need to have IntelliJ IDE installed and modern laptop or desktop. This course is for developers who want to get hands-on with Spring Boot and use it to develop their business applications. We assume that you have a working knowledge of the Java programming language, and prior knowledge of Spring Boot is not mandatory. So let's go through the key features of this course. So this is a hands-on guide to learning the most important parts of developing application with Spring Boot. You will expose your resources via REST endpoints with Spring Data as the database access layer, and finally you will make your application production ready with Micrometer and Spring Boot Actuator.